Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This is another real estate market update from around the country and in your town. Today, we're back in the East Coast. This segment is being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where professionals and entrepreneurs go to grow their business and leave a legacy. Joining me on the program today is Jeff Gordon. He's the broker owner of Exit Assurance Real Estate based in Northeast Massachusetts. Jeff, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mark, for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Jeff, tell us a little bit about your particular business and the types of folks that you specialize in helping.
Well, we're a full service organization. We specialize mainly in residential real estate. We dabble in some light commercial office space, but around my area, there really isn't any big box commercial real estate to be dealt with. So the real specialized guys take care of that end of the business. So we do rentals, we do single family home listings, buyer agencies, seller agencies, and we're well known in the area. I've been in business now for 18 years in Groton, and so yeah, that's what we're known for.
Let's jump right in with the question on most people's minds. They want to know about this pandemic and how it's affected your area of the country. Tell us what it looks like by you.
By me, not at all. No effect. No effect at all. As a matter of fact, we've been busier than we ever been. Our sales is way up. It's all a function of the interest rates that are in play, from the Fed right now. I'll give you an example. I mean, we are in a fierce seller's market right now. Right now, just from the standpoint of single family homes in Groton, Mass, there are 8 single family listings active right now. But in the past 6 months, 81 have sold. That is a massive, fierce seller's market. We're seeing over asking price almost on every deal. We're seeing money being spent everywhere, from additions to driveways to rock walls to decks to money is coming out of the woodwork, and especially when there's a difference between appraised value by the bank and the asking price of the sale. People are paying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price, and they're bridging the gap between the appraised value and the selling price. It's amazing.
Around the country, a lot of people were worried about the real estate markets, and obviously they're affected in different ways. What would you say is the difference in your area when the shutdown occurred? Are people's priorities changing, or what's the nature of the phone calls you're getting now?
Well, they're really not any different than they were. Again, I think it's a function of the mortgage interest rates that is spawning the action. Whether it be refinances or purchases. So COVID has not had a special effect per se. I can't point to any one person or circumstance that has come forward or relocated from the city of Boston or Worcester or whatever specifically because of COVID. I mean, I've seen people contact me and ask about the school systems here because they don't like the model that may be going on in Boston or the areas around Boston, so they're looking to come out here where it's more relaxed. But I haven't seen any particular reason why any one person has done something because of COVID.
What are you guys doing differently now? Or do you find more people wanting to do virtual walkthroughs online, or are you seeing just as many people as before in person? And what precautions are you taking?
I'm seeing just as many people as we did before, if not more. But the differences are that we have to be very precautious with face masks and sanitizer that we have on site. Some clients don't want to have the people walk through the property with shoes. Some people prefer them to have shoe mitts on. What I do is I give somebody a Clorox wipe and say, hey, whatever you touch, just wipe down before you leave that area. And if they don't have a face mask, then I'll give them one. But it hasn't been difficult at all. It's been actually pretty easy.
Jeff, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started. What inspired you to get into real estate and become the broker owner?
Well, I was in enterprise software sales for 18 years. And my most recent venture was a startup. And long story short, it ceased operations. It really kicked me in the butt. Didn't know what happened and decided that, you know what, I don't want to go back to industry. And I remembered a friend of mine, Mark Benson in Burlington, Massachusetts. He was an exit franchise owner in Burlington. I didn't know that when I first called him. But he said, hey, let's come on down. Let's talk about you and real estate. And it took me 20 seconds, to understand the business model of exit and then and decide that's what I was going to do. So I literally bought the exit franchise and got my sales agency license in the same week. I completely changed careers. And my first listing was $1.4 million in Carlisle, Massachusetts.
Wow, that's fantastic. Before I
Yeah.
ask you my last question, is there anything that I didn't think to ask that you think is important to share with our listeners today?
Yeah, I do. I mean, for a while now, I've been wanting to somehow get online and profess, how the consumer really should qualify an agent, and that's by testimonials. And the mistake that consumers make is they just look at Zillow reviews or Realtor.com reviews or even Google reviews, right? But the real meat of the matter is on the website of the agent themselves. There, I mean, for years now, before the advent of online, testimonials online on Zillow, et cetera, I would ask for testimonials and I would post them on my own website. I've got hundreds, the company, have hundreds of testimonials on our website that people don't see unless they come to our own particular page. So my advice to the consumer is to not just look at the reviews that are posted on Zillow, et cetera, when you can get a bigger breadth of understanding, a bigger picture on the websites of those particular agents that they may be interested in.
That's sage advice. Jeff, for
It
folks
is.
listening that are in your area that could use help and have been, thinking of buying or selling, how can they find you and connect with you?
Well, I'm located in Groton, Massachusetts, and we service all of Massachusetts as well as Southern New Hampshire. I'm a licensed broker and corporation in both states. We now have 11 agents in our company, all great agents, all with great personalities and people who care. I personally can be reached at 508-864-7487, or you can download my electronic business card by going to a website, jeffgordon.pro. That's Jeff Gordon, one word, .pro, and it'll bring up my electronic business card and you can download it from there to your phone directly.
Jeff, this has been really terrific. I appreciate you sharing with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and all of your clients.
Thanks very much, Mark. It's a pleasure to see you again, and look forward to the next time.
This segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where professionals and entrepreneurs go to grow their business and leave a legacy. So if it's for your first book or your next book, visit booksgrowbusiness.com. That's all for now. Take care of yourself and join us for the next Expert Spotlight. I'm Mark Imperial.